Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Gino Mallow from PlusToWallet.com, and today we're taking a look at the Argus Expert by Mongoose. Whether riding in snow, sand, dirt, rocks, or even logs, the Argus Expert proved it can handle whatever we threw its way. If Batman rode a fat tire bike, I bet he'd be riding the Argus Expert. Just looking at the matte black finish and sleek design, it makes you feel more expert than you probably are. From the sweet paint job to the big bad tires, this bike has a great look. The Argus Expert is aluminum at its core. Not as light as a carbon fiber frame, but also not as expensive. The added weight is more noticeable if you're out on the trails for more than a couple hours. The extra weight also comes from the RockShox Bluto suspension forks, but that's a small trade-off for the added comfort and control you have while ripping through the rougher terrain. You also have the option to lock the fork suspension if you run out of air or want a stiffer ride. The 100mm wide rims are wrapped in Kenna Juggernaut 26 by 4.5 folding bead tires that help create a huge contact patch with the ground. This extra contact made it much easier to get this bike on its side as we rip through the berms. Just make sure to fine-tune the PSI for the most optimal ride based on the terrain you plan to hit. The XL oversized 35mm alloy handlebar is enough to make you feel like a kid again. The handlebars are one of the most noticeable features when you first hop on this bike. It took a little getting used to, but after 20 minutes into the first ride, I quickly started to notice the added control. Just make sure to take extra notice when riding through some tight areas in the trails. Those extra millimeters make a difference and can quickly turn a fun ride into an abrupt stop. Luckily, we only had a few close calls, but that's where the Shimano hydraulic disc brakes come in handy. The control doesn't stop there. The alloy pedals with replaceable pins also help my feet to stay right where they needed to, even on the wet days. After several weeks of intense riding and a mix of elevations, the Argus Expert proved it was up to the challenge and can handle a few good spills too. These bikes are meant to take on some adventures, so it's nice to know that the quality build is there when you need it and holds up to the limits. If you've never rode a fat tire bike before, you're missing out. Mongoose offers 3 different levels of fat tire bikes to choose from. If you have a chance to test one before buying, and you end up loving it, I'd opt in for the Expert, so you'll have a bike that'll last and is capable of tackling just about any terrain you throw at it. For what the Argus Expert offers in components and build quality, it's one of the best bang for the buck fat tire bikes out there.